Hello, hello. Monique Head here. We are live for the Alluring Womanhood and Femininity Show. Who do we have here so far? Let me make sure that everything is in order. Excuse me for a moment while I f this thing up. Okay. Excuse me. All right, great. Am I showing too much skin, am I? Welcome, 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 ladies. Monique Head here, relationship coach to passionate women, passionate marriage-minded women, as you know. And, oh, man, I am just in a beautiful place right now. I'm in a beautiful place, and I'm going to give you a tour in a moment. Well, my watch says 2:03, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. But before I do, I want to go over some logistics. And as you know now, as you've seen, I'm going to be broadcasting daily, or I should say Monday through Friday. So you can catch the Alluring Womanhood and Femininity Show every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central, which is 12 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so every Monday through Friday, the Alluring Womanhood and Femininity Show, every 2 p.m. Central. So that's 12 noon Eastern, no, 12 noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. And that's because I have a lot of information to share with you all, and I really believe that it will serve you. It will help to serve you. So welcome, Andrea. And what I want to really speak about today is how you can increase a man's generosity. How you can increase a man's generosity by really owning and accepting your feminine life force. But before I do that, let me give you a tour, because there's something special about a woman who takes time out for herself, to cultivate her secret garden, to spend time with herself in her secret garden. And where I am right now is very reminiscent of a garden. So I'm going to give you a tour. Let me figure out how to do this. So currently I am at a little patisserie in St. Louis. It's called Le Bon Boucher. Yeah. Let me show you what's behind me right now. Pretty bird houses. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garden. Just a beautiful environment for a woman to really here. I'm a newbie with the technology. I'm more high touch, low tech. So yeah, this is just a beautiful environment for a woman to become herself. You know, really become herself. And let me take off these, I will take off these glasses, but I'm trying to in front of you all right now. But it's so warm, oh my gosh. But I know you probably want to see my face, so yeah. You're not coming in. I am live. I'm here. Hunter, can you see me? Can you hear me? What do you see? What are you getting? The little circle is spinning round, but over your face, and you're not coming in live. Okay, well, give it some time, and I'm sure that it will connect. Yeah, give it some time, and I'm sure that it will connect. So today I want to speak to you gals really about how to increase a man's generosity, how to increase his willingness to do for you, and really his desire, and arouse really that instinct in him to cherish you, and to want to do more, because people respond to positive affirmation. We respond to more positively. Okay, hey Dave Renee, you see me, good. Thank you so much for the affirmation. I know that some women are global, because this is a global community, and so I'm just hoping that Hunter can connect, because I know you were here last time, Hunter, and you probably had some connection issues. So what do we want to talk about today? So You know, as you all know, this work really just lights me up. I'm extremely passionate about women, including myself, stepping into our womanhood, being groomed for this, learning more about it, because I've committed myself, I've committed my life to learning more about love and men and relationships, and really, like I said, stepping into and really owning my womanhood. And this is partly attributed to the fact that I come from a divorced home. I come from a divorced home. My parents divorced when I was really young. My father was still very active in my life. He just wasn't inside the home. And my father passed away when I was 17 years old. He was diagnosed with ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. When I was 15, he was diagnosed, and when I was 17, he passed away. And one of the things that I can remember while he was on his ill bed, I'm not really trying to make this a morbid conversation. That's really not my intent. I'm just going with where the Spirit leads me. Was that I was wondering, you know, when it came time for me to walk down the aisle and have conversations about boys and really, you know, get married, who would I have these sort of conversations with? And because I'm a woman who respects my husband and believes as his leadership, believes that he is the one to lead me and our family, the future family that we will have, God willing, it was important for me, even at a young age, to be able to see and to recognize a man with provision, leadership, someone that I can respect to and really respect enough to yield to. But given that my parents were divorced, my mom was a very strong, and still is a very just strong, independent woman. Very self-sufficient, you know, and we have to be. We have to be when there's not a man in the house. Like, so who's going to mow the lawn? Who's going to do things that are typically associated, you know, like male things, guy things around the house. But because of that, hey Robin, welcome. But because my parents were divorced, there were a lot of things that I didn't know, but I was always really curious about. And I would always admire and look at other family, other relationships, other couples who experience longevity, and who really seem to have it going on, and really who could model for me someone that I could use as a model, if that makes sense. Because it wasn't really in my own home. And so I just noticed through my observation, even as a young girl, and this is how I know I should be doing this work, because I used to just like wonder and fascinate about these things ever since I was a little child. Still spinning. I really love to be here, but I hope you're videotaping so I can at least see you later. Yes, Robin, you'll be able to, Hunter, you'll be able to catch it later, okay? Great to see you. Great to see you too, Robin. Welcome. I'm happy that you're here. So what was I saying? Because you know I can get off task. I was saying that being able to look at other relationships and use them as a model for what I wanted for my life, and also what I didn't want for my own life. And there was a lot of things that I didn't learn, a lot of things that my mom did tell me about, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for that. But there were a lot of things that I just didn't learn because of the culture and really because of the environment that I was a part of. And you know, my mom being a single mom with 3 children, it's just difficult to really sometimes be intentional about having conversations about men, making sure that you can do what you can do so that your daughter can really blossom into the best version of herself. And I'm telling you this because number 1, it's not too late for you. And number 2, you have the power to get this information, gain the knowledge, gain the wisdom for yourself, and also be a reflection of that. Allow it to manifest in your life so that you can be a living invitation. Because that's what this is about, being a living invitation to love, into womanhood, into femininity. Okay, so anyway, to go back to the story, one of the things that I noticed was how the women would allow their men to do for them, and how the men love to do it, and how the women that I noticed when I was a young girl growing up, who were really uncomfortable with receiving, how it could just really turn the tables upside down. For example, I was a flower girl in my aunt's wedding. Let's say she's my play aunt. That's what we call it. When you're not blood related, you know, she was my play aunt. And one of the things that I remember was that as we were in the rehearsal, and she was telling her husband, you know, when we get up there, don't be kissing all over me. No. And I'm thinking to myself, well, isn't that a part of the wedding where you're supposed to kiss and, you know, show your and really profess your love for each other? And he just had this look on his face that was really in shock. And that's all I remember for that moment. But it was in that moment that I knew that that's not what I wanted for myself. And I'm saying this to you right now because you get to choose. You get to choose. Not that you have to choose. You get to choose who you want to be in this world, how you want to be perceived, and what it is that you really want for yourself. Okay? If we have other ladies here, introduce yourself. Let's do a roll call. Let me know where you're watching from. Where are you in the world right now? Are you in the States? Are you in Europe? Are you in an African country? Where are you right now? So just go ahead and post below because it's really important that you engage in this process, that you really engage in your life and really in your own womanhood. So let me get to really how you can start increasing your generosity, increasing a man's generosity for you. And this came to me because my husband and I were in the hardware store this weekend. We were at Lowe's because he needed to, or Home Depot, because he needed to get to fix the water hose, right? And actually I posted a picture of a part. It's called the female hose mender, the female mender hose. And I thought that was really interesting. He said he was looking for a piece for whatever reason, right? And so the piece was actually titled, and I posted a picture, the female hose mender. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. And I wondered, was there a male piece too? And there was. And so, hey, okay, Renee, Alicia, welcome. Michelle, hi. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Alluring Womanhood and Femininity Show. So we were in Home Depot. I see the part, and some of you might already know this, right? But if I don't really go to hardware stores that often, so I really don't have any reason to have this knowledge. But there was a piece there, like I said, it was the female hose mender, the female part. And I said, oh, that's interesting that they are labeling parts, male and female. So I said, babe, B-A-E, babe. Why is it labeled feminine, the female? He said, because it receives. I said, yeah, it receives. And I said, well, why is it labeled the man part? And he said, because it sticks out. That's what he said. He's like, it pokes out. So really, as you can see in the photo, and I didn't take a picture of the male part, but really the female hose, the female part of the tool is more open, right? So it is a receptor, it's able to receive, and the male part inserts. As you know, I really don't have to get graphic. We women are receivers biologically, right? By our design. And it was just interesting to me because what I wrote down, this is what I have in my notes for you, just so that I don't get off track. But that men know, and they acknowledge our power, right? It's very clear. It's very, very clear why the female is the female, right? Because she receives. It's not so clear why the male is the male. It's because he inserts. Why? What is it really about? And that's why your ability to receive is directly connected to your power as a woman. Your ability to receive is a part of your feminine life force. And if you find that you have trouble receiving, if you find that you have trouble asking for support, if you have trouble allowing yourself to be supported, what you do when that happens is that you really cut off one of the most powerful forces that you have. And so I want you to really honor that part of your being. I want you to honor the part of you that is designed to receive, because that's where it's at. That's what it's at. That's where it's at. Your ability to receive is what brings purpose to a man's life. It's a part of the yin and the yang. You know, the yin is the more feminine side. The yang is the more masculine. And so when you have a structure, let's take my glass of water right here, right now. Oops. This glass right now is the structure. It is the yang. However, the hole in the middle is the part that brings purpose to this, because it could just be a beautiful piece of art. It could be a beautiful glass structure. But once you put water or any kind of beverage or liquid in the middle, it brings purpose to it, right? It is warm out here in St. Louis, let me tell you, but it's beautiful out here. And I'll take it. I'll take the beauty over the heat. I accept that. So That's what I want you to know. That's the first thing that I say. That's the first thing that I want you to know. The first point is that men know and acknowledge what's beautiful about you. They know and acknowledge that because it brings purpose to their life, and your ability to receive is what is going to bring purpose to a man's life. Your ability to, not when you don't allow yourself to receive, you're really rejecting, you're disconnecting from your feminine self. And I know that it can be difficult. Maybe you've been raised to believe your father told you that it's so important that you're able to do for yourself. Maybe you, like me, were raised, maybe you're the oldest child, and so you're used to giving and being that nurturer. Maybe you have all brothers, and so you're used to giving, and sometimes that's even good, because maybe if you're the youngest girl, you probably could say that you're spoiled in a good way. So that's what I want you to know, is that I want you to honor that part of your being and just practice receiving in your everyday, right? When someone opens the door for you, when someone offers you a piece of gum, even if you don't want it, when someone offers you to cut in front of them in line, if they are late, and they say sorry, you accept that graciously. And the first time, one of the first realizations that I had, one of the first ways that this was brought to my attention was when I was a teacher, and I was doing my student teacher, my practicum, and my advisor complimented me on a blouse, and it was something that, it was old, it was really old. So she said, "Monique, I like that blouse." And here I go, "Oh, thank you. It's so old. I got it like years ago." And she's looking at me like, okay, I would have never known. You didn't have to say that. And I appreciate her, because what she told me, that's what she told me. She said, "You know what? You don't have to say that. You just say thank you and you move on about your way. There's no need for you to deflect the compliment." And I appreciate that. And that's why it's so important for women like us to be around other women. That's one thing I spoke about last Monday, was really about the power of positioning, when a woman positions herself. And a part of your positioning is being around other women who have what you want, who you admire. There's something about her that you really, really admire. And a woman that can really instill some wisdom and give you some guidance in an area that may not be your expertise. So this is what I consider my expertise. This is a part of my own Christ mandate, to be able to help women to own their femininity, to create their lifelong loving relationship, and really have what it takes to meet men in the real world. And that's what I'm going to talk about later on this week. But yeah, so I would love to support you in that. And if this is ringing true for you, if this is somehow jolting your spirit, or maybe you're feeling convicted in some way, I want to invite you to email me and let's just have a conversation. We can talk about this and consider what it's like to work with me for the next year. And you're going to be hearing me speak about this often, regularly. I'm going to be talking about Polish Your Potential, which is my 12-month private one-on-one mentorship program, where I'm helping women to blossom into the best version of themselves so that they can attract their man, so that they can create holistic families and really influence the integrity of the universe, because that's what this is about. So that little girls don't have to wonder who's going to walk them down the aisle. Little girls don't have to wonder who are they going to go to for leadership and really have that male presence in their life. Because I believe that you're the keeper, homegirl. You're the keeper, girlfriend, of, passionate, peaceful, wonderful relationships, because men just want to do for you if you give them that opportunity. Okay, so that's the first part that I wanted to say. The next point that I want to leave you with before I hop off is that I know that it's troublesome sometimes for women like us to receive, because we're so accomplished. We're used to just getting it done. We don't really need to wait on anyone. When you say, "Hey, can you help me with this?" and he's taking all day, he's not really doing it in your own time. There's a propensity for women like us just to go ahead and do it because we need to have it done, right? Hunter, I see that you joined. Welcome. Let me know if you can see me clearly, okay? Welcome. So as I was saying, there's a propensity for women like us, if we have something that we want to be done, and if we ask someone or we create that invitation for it to happen, and it doesn't happen within our own, within our pace, our timeline, we just go ahead and do it. We just go ahead and do it. The good thing about that is that, we get it done, and we do it the way that we like it to be done. It really appeals to us, right? It appeals to our own, sorry about that. Someone just called me, so I apologize. Our Finally got you on my phone. Yes, I'm happy. Good to see you. But the disadvantage of just doing it on our own is that we become overwhelmed. We become resentful. Who's this? Okay, yeah, we become. Let me go back because I'm not really sure what you're able to see, but I was mentioning one of the disadvantages of doing it on our own is that we become resentful, we become overwhelmed, we become out of practice with our own feminine selves, and really honoring that side of us. And so for women like us, it's really difficult to receive because guess what? We don't want to owe a debt. Sometimes it's really difficult to receive a birthday gift from a friend because we're like, oh man, now I'm going to have to get her something and I have no idea, or maybe I don't have any, we don't have any money, or whatever the story is. Or maybe you want to seem really self-sufficient, or modest, or maybe even modest. Those are some of the reasons why women like us find it really difficult to receive. But here's what I want you to know, is that not receiving is a rejection. And Laura Doyle says in her book, either The Surrendered Single or The Surrendered Wife, both books I highly recommend, that when you reject the gift, you reject the giver. So not receiving, not only are we rejecting our own feminine life force, but we're also rejecting the person who's making us the offer, who's giving us a compliment, gestures, gifts, whatever it is. And so what I want you to do, as I mentioned before, is that I want you to begin practicing receiving in your everyday. Practice receiving in your everyday. And what that's going to do for you is going to help to soften your heart and allow you to relax more into your feminine, so that you can show up with your elevated mood and be able to send out the great signals that is going to attract the man that's for you. Okay? Being able to receive, let me tell you something. This is good. Being able to receive a stare, right? Being able to receive someone who glances at you, in a restaurant or while you're at the grocery store, and not frowning up your face or having that kind of hard face in fear of hopes that someone won't look at you, someone won't give you attention, someone won't say anything to you that's out of order. Because what you're doing when you do that, when we do that, is that we're sending off the bad energy. We're sending off the bad signals. And I know it's important for you, number one, to blossom into the best version of yourself, but also to really attract the man that is for you, because you only need one. You only need one. I got one and he's already a whole heap, okay? But you only need one. So that's really my assignment for you, is to begin practice receiving every day. Every day. A stick of gum. Someone holding out your chair. Someone holding the door for you. Someone giving you a compliment, and you just say thank you and leave it at that. Okay? If this appeals to you, if you would like support, if you want support to practice your receiving muscles, if you want support to really blossom into the best version of yourself, if you want support really owning and being groomed for your relationship, for your next level of womanhood, I would love to do that with you. I would love to do that with you. And if you feel that I'm the one who may be able to help you and support you to get you the results that you want, to get you to the next level of your love life, email me. Okay, email me, Monique@FeminineAllureAcademy.com, Monique@FeminineAllureAcademy.com, and in the subject line, put "Let's Talk," and tell me 3 things. Okay, tell me what you want right now, what you want, why now, why do you believe I can help? Okay, what you want, why now, and why do you believe that I can help you? And let's just have a conversation. Let's just have a conversation. And together we can come up with a plan for you to really get you on your next steps to having a beautiful life. Oh, just like this garden is just so beautiful, where you're just like, oh, is this even real? Is this even real right now? So, what is the name of the book you recommended again? The Surrendered Single or The Surrendered Wife? Both by Laura Doyle. Yeah. Awesome. Great book. Great book. Okay? So, yes, ladies, are there any questions? Are there any questions right now? It's about 2:30, so. Isn't that cute? I just love it. It's so pretty. Yay. important that we get into environments like this where, you know, we can just return to our youthful, whimsical, playful selves, that childlike spirit that keeps women like us smiling, even when there's a lot going on in our life, right? So it's really, really important that you get in beautiful environments. And if you don't even know how to start, let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, email me, Monique@FeminineAllureAcademy.com. In the subject line, write "Let's talk," and then let me know, what do you want? What's important to you right now? Why now, and why do you believe that I can help you? Okay, I'm just waiting to see if there are any questions. And speaking of beauty, let me show you my nails really quickly. Because I love polishing my nails. So one of the ways that I celebrate myself is by polishing my nails. And I thought that I was going to stop, actually, because you just never know with these ingredients, but it just makes me feel really, really good, right? So this is one of the ways that I water my garden. All right, so seeing none, I will see you, seeing no questions at all. I will see you gals tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. So tomorrow, the Alluring Womanhood and Femininity Show, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central. Same time, Monday through Friday, and I will see you there. Take care, gals. See you in the forum.